Hello, first form. Well, this is all a bit strange, isn't it? But I guess we are where we are, and we're just going to have to make the most of it. So my plan is to try and carry on with our lessons as per normal. So every day when we would have had a lesson, I'm planning on setting you a lesson. So it'll just give you something to do, and hopefully it will reassure you that you're not getting behind on where we would be if we were in school. Now I know it's the sound quality isn't very good. I'm afraid I can't improve that at the moment, but hopefully the pictures will be okay. So what you've got in front of you here is our scheme of work for the Lent term, and if you look down here at the bottom, you will see that as it happens we've actually finished the syllabus for this term. So that's good news. So what I was planning on doing next was to have a few revision lessons before we have and end of term tests. So that's still the plan. So these are the topics that we were included at the beginning of term in the Lent 1 test. So I'm not going to include those. So our test is going to be from 12 onwards. So what I'm planning on doing, I'm going to do a revision lesson for each of these sections. So today's revision lesson is quite a big one because we've got a lot of stuff to get through. We're going to be getting through all this stuff under number 12. And the video I'm going to put together is going to be called Revision 1. So while we're going to be doing multiplying and dividing expressions, I just want us to remember how to do the easier ones when we're adding and subtracting expressions. So please can you just pause the video now and just have a go at these 4 questions. So 3x plus 2x is just 5x. Now 4x add 3x is 7x, then 7x take away 1x gives us 6x. Then number 3, 2x add the 4x is 6x. And then 3y plus y is plus 4y. Now with number 4, when we start subtracting, make sure you pick up the minus sign. So for the x's, it's 4x take away 3x, which is 4 take away 3 just gives us 1x, so x. And similarly, it's 5y take away 2y. 5y take away 2y is plus 3y. So the next thing we're going to look at is when the difference really between when we add the expressions on the left compared to when we multiply expressions on the right. So just pause the video and have a go at these, and then I'll talk you through the answers in a few seconds. So the ones on the left are just like the ones we were practicing. So obviously 3x and 2x, so the 3 xylophones and 2 xylophones is 5x. And 2y add 4y, well again we're gathering like terms, 2 yo-yos added together with 4 yo-yos is our 6 yo-yos, 6y. Now the third one, you cannot simplify that any further. You've got your 2 x's and your 3 y's, so that is as simplified as it can be. So there is no simplification we can do that. Now moving on to multiplying expressions, remember 3x means 3 times x. And 2x means 2 times x. So this is 3 times x times 2 times x. So 4 things being times together. Now when you're timesing things together, you can change the order. So it is 3 times x times 2 times x, but we can think of that as 3 times 2 and x times x. So 3 times 2 is 6, and x times x is x squared. So 6x squared. Similarly with the second one, think of it as 2 times 4 is 8, and y times y is y squared. And then with the third one, 2 times 3 is 6, and x times y is just xy. So here's 4 more for you to look at, and just be careful, sometimes we're adding, sometimes we're multiplying. So pause the video and I'll go through it in a few seconds. So when we're adding, So take question 1. 2x added together with 4y, that can't be simplified. That's as simplified as it can be. We've gathered our x's, we've gathered the y's. So 1, we're done and dusted. Now number 2, when we're multiplying, that's 2 times x times 4 times y. So think of that first of all as the 2 times 4, which is 8, and then the x times the y, which is xy. Now number 3, we're gathering together our x's. 2x add 5x is 7x. And question 4, multiplying 2 times x times 5 times x. Change the order around. 2 times 5 is 10. And x times x is x squared. So hopefully you all got those right. So a few more for you to practice here. So again, pause the video and restart it again when you've had to think about these. Be careful, some of them were adding, some of them were multiplying. So with the first one, when we're multiplying, 2 times x times 2. Or if you like, 2 times 2 times x. Well, 2 2's are 4, so that's 4x. Number 2, 2 times x times x. Well, there's nothing to multiply the 2 by, no other numbers, so it's 2, and x times x is x squared. Number 3, 2x plus 2. Well, there's nothing we can do there, okay? We've gathered up our x's, we've got 2 of them, and we've sort of gathered up our normal numbers, so our work is done. There's nothing more we can do there. Now, number 4, we've got 2x gathered together with another x, so that's 3x. And question 5, 2x gathered together with an x, gathered together with another x, that's 4x's. And then number 6, well, we're multiplying, 2's the only number there, so it's 2. And then x times x again is x cubed. So here are some questions for you to have a go at. Some adding expressions on the left and multiplying expressions on the right. So pause the video and play it again when you're ready. So the ones on the left we're adding, so we've got 5x, 3x plus 2y. We can't simplify that, that's as simplified as it can be already. 3a plus b plus c, 2x, 5x plus y, just y there because all the x's cancel out, 6x squared, 6xy, 2a squared b, 3x squared, x cubed, and 12x cubed y squared. So we're now moving on to 12.2, the index laws. Now remember what we were saying here, x cubed times x squared, for example, x cubed means x times x times x, and x squared means x times x. So altogether we've got x times x times x times x times x, so we can see we've got x to the power of 5. So the shortcut, the law really is when we're multiplying we add the powers. We're multiplying, we add the powers. So here are a few for you to practice. So pause the video. So L squared times L cubed is L to the power of 5. E to the 3 times E to the 4 is E to the 7. N to the 7 times N squared is N to the 9. Then G to the 6. P to the 4. Remember P just means P to the power of 1. So P to the power of 4 and D to the power of 8. And similarly, when we're dividing, we've got to remember that when we're dividing, we subtract the powers. So this was the example we used. We were saying 3 to the 7 divided by 3 to the power of 4. So 3 to the power of 7 is 3 times 3 times 3, 7 times. 3 to the power of 4 is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And then we could cancel out 4 of the 3's, just leaving us with 3 times 3 times 3, which is 3 cubed. So we can see when we're dividing, we subtract the powers. So here are some for you to practice. So pause the video. So number 1 is going to be 5 to the power of 1, which is 5. Number 2, 7 to the power of 6. Then 6 to the power of 2. Then 2 to the power of 4. Then 2 to the power of 7. Remember, 2 is 2 to the power of 1. So that's going to be 2 to the power of 7. And then 3 to the power of minus 2. It's perfectly possible for the powers to be negative. Now, the final thing on powers, can you all remember what anything to the power of 0 is? So 2 to the power of 0, 8 to the power of 0. What is the answer to anything to the power of 0? Well, it's 1. Anything to the power of 0 is 1. So, moving on to 12.3, multiplying and dividing a bracket. So remember the claw, okay? Our goal is to multiply twice, and this will get rid of the brackets. So our goal is to get rid of the brackets. So the first claw goes from the 3 to the x. 3 times x is 3x. Get the sign right, it's a plus sign. And then the second claw, 3 times 4 is 12. Second example, first claw is x times 3x, which gives us 3x squared. And then our second claw, remember the claws you always multiply, x times plus 4 is plus 4x. So here are 4 for you to practice, please. So pause the video. Okay, so the first one, 3 times x is 3x, 3 times plus 4 is plus 12. 2 times x is 2x, 2 times minus 1 is minus 2. 2 lots of 2x is 4x, 2 multiplied by plus 3 is plus 6, and then x times x is x squared, x times plus 3 is plus 3x. So some more for you to have a go at. So pause the video. So x times x is x squared, x times minus 4 is minus 4x. Now 2x times x, that's 2 times x times x. So that's 2x squared. Get the sign right, it's going to be a plus. 2 times x times 3, or if you like 2 times 3 times x, so 6 times x. Then 6x minus 12. Now be careful with this one. 3x cubed plus 6x squared. Here are some trickier ones for you to have a go at. So pause the video. So 6x cubed minus 21x squared. 6x squared plus 4x cubed. 4x to the power of 4 adds 6x cubed. And finally, 6x cubed y squared z cubed plus 4x squared y z squared. So very well done if you managed to get those. So moving on to dividing a bracket. So say for example we've got 4x plus 6 to be divided by 2. Now we need to divide each of the terms in turn by 2. So what's half of 4x and what's half of 6? So half of 4x is 2x and half of plus 6 is plus 3. So here are some for you to have a go at. So pause the video. So 2x plus 4, x squared plus 3 and 3x plus 2. So we're now going to look at it where we have two terms here, each with a bracket. So first of all we're going to expand, so that's our usual double claw. So 2 times x and 2 times plus 3, giving us 2x and plus 6. Then moving on to the second term, 4 times x and 4 times plus 3, so that's plus 4x plus 12. So that's expanding, we've got rid of the brackets, and now we move on to the simplifying where we gather the like terms. So gathering up the x's, so 2x and 4x is 6x, and plus 6 plus 12 is plus 18. So here's one for you to have a go at. So have a go, pause the video. Right, so we've got 6 times x, which is 6x. Then 6 times plus 2, which is plus 12. Then plus 2 times x, which is plus 2x. And plus 2 times 1 is plus 2. Gather up your x's. 6x add 2x is 8x. Whoops. And gather up your normal numbers. Plus 12 add plus 2 is plus 14. So I don't know what's gone all haywire like that. But our final answer should be 8x plus 14. Whee! Let's put a colour for you. So here are some more for you to have a go at. So pause the video. So this first one, you should get 7x plus 25. Question 3, you should get 14x plus 5. Question 4, 6x plus 2. Question 5 just comes to 2, because 2x take away 2x is nothing. And then finally, this was a stinker. Okay, so the first clause, 3x minus 6 minus 2x. Be careful, this is plus 10. Minus 2 times minus 5 is plus 10. Then we gather like terms. 3x take away 2x is x, and minus 6 plus 10 is plus 4. So the final thing we're going to look at today, 12.4, constructing and solving linear equations involving brackets. So let's look at this example. We want to construct an expression for the area of the field. Now the field is a rectangle. How do you work out the area of a rectangle? Is base times height. So the base is this length here, 2x plus 5. And we multiply that by the height of the rectangle, which is 6. So it's that times 6, or if you like, put the 6 in front. 6 lots of 2x plus 5. So, doing the claw, 6 times 2x is 12x, and 6 times plus 5 is plus 30. So for part B, we're now given this extra information that the area of the field is 54. So this expression that we've got up here, the 12x plus 30, which is the area of the field, we know that now equals 54. So we can say 12x plus 30 equals 54. So we now have an equation that we can solve. So if we take away 30 from both sides, we get 12x equals 24. Divide by 12, we get x being 2. Now we're being asked to work out the longest length of the field. Well, the longest length is going to be the 2x plus 5. So our longest length is 2x plus 5. We've just worked out that x is 2. So 2 lots of 2 plus 5. So we know that our longest length is 9. So here's one for you to have a go at. So copy out the information and give this a go. And I'm going to pause the video. Okay, so we're told that AB is the shortest length. So let's go and call that X. Now BC is 3 centimeters longer than AB. So that's X plus 3. We're then told that CD is twice as long as BC, so twice as long as x plus 3. So 2 lots of x plus 3, and we need to put that x plus 3 in a bracket to make it clear that it's 2 lots of all of that. And then finally we're told that AD is twice as long as AB. So those are all our various lengths. So the perimeter of this shape is when we add all of these together. So this plus this plus this plus this, which is all of these here added together. Then do the claw, so that becomes the 2x plus 6, and then gather up like terms. So gathering up all the x's, we get 6x, and then gathering up the normal numbers, we get 9. So 6x plus 9 is an expression for the perimeter of the shape. Now, if we'd then been told, for example, that the perimeter was 21, we could have set this equal to 21 and gone and solved x being 2. And say, for example, we then wanted to know the length of BC, we just said 2 and 3 equals 5. So here's another one for you to have a go at. So pause the video. Okay, so Emily is 3 years older than Lucy, so that's x plus 3. Nell is twice as old as Emily, so we double Emily's age, we double the 2x plus 3. So their combined age will be these three added together, and then we're told that their combined age is 29, so we can set this equal to 29, multiply out the bracket using the claw, gather your x's, gather your normal numbers and solve, and we get x being 5. So how old is Emily? Well, Emily is x plus 3, so 5 plus 3, Emily is 8 years old.